Hello gamers, welcome back to Siege X, woo! AKA Think Like a Champion, where me, a Champion R6 player who is currently Diamond 3 after 2 days of Siege X, goes into Champion Ranked, explains my thoughts and plans so you too can think like a Champion R6 player. If you're confused by the ranks you see on the scoreboard, keep in mind, Rank 2.0 uses hidden MMRs, so despite the fact these are copper and bronzes, emeralds, silvers right now, we're not actually playing against the skill level, we're playing against champions because that is what our hidden MMR is, which, how do I know that? It's a long story, but it's hard to figure it out if you're not champion. If you're champion, you know, just because you keep getting elo all the way up to champion, and you get 120 RP when you're in copper and bronze. So these guys will get 122 RP if they win because they have hidden MMR of a champion. We are on Canal, which, you know, great map. We're starting on defense. We banned the Blackbeard because he is OP. Very quickly, before we get into the game, I want to mention that I now have a creator code in-game that you can use to directly support me, which I would really appreciate. You don't have to, but you can. You go to your shop, you go to support a creator, and right here, you add in Poxonlox. That's me. You hit activate, and now everything for the next 14 days under this page will directly help support me. So if you want to do that, you can. You don't have to, but I would appreciate it very much. And also, like, it'd be cool. Also, you should do it right now before you forget, and then watch the video after. I don't know. Up to you. Let's get back to the game. I think I'll play Mira here. I might play Mira. I might play Legion. Actually, I'm going to play the Legion. The Mira is not a bad idea. That's something that we could bring out later. Play the Legion so I can cover the staircases, cover Skybridge, have information, all the things I need to, so I don't have to rely on my teammates to provide that information. So when you solo queue, you need a good understanding of what's going on without relying on your teammates to call out, because a lot of the time they don't, and when they do, a lot of times those calls are wrong, which we have learned from this series alone. So we're going to reinforce the walls, do the site setup, make these footholds here because that'll allow us to watch the doorway from cover and shoot them through this wall, whereas they're not able to see us, right? So we can shoot them through this wall when they walk in, which is really nice. This Skybridge cam is going to be really good because they have to actually vault up on here to punch it if they want to actually break it, which means it's less likely to get broken. We can do this little floor hole below Skybridge and hold it off of the start, which I do love doing just because it's super effective. Put a little goo mine there. I think we might go down there after. We'll just kind of quickly see where they spawn and actually figure that out first. We do want some information for red and green stairs, though, even if we're not playing there. That way our teammates have the information and can react, even if they don't know what they're doing. Take some head holes here to watch the breach. Nice pick from the teammate. Gotta love that. So there's that top green goo mine. Someone at the window for the hop-ins. Just basically covering all the bases of areas they could come in from that we want to contest without actively having to contest it. So this passive information is something that is so strong when you solo queue and in a team environment. Yeah, so I'm just going to hold red. I have the barbed wire here, so I don't have to actually peek off this unless I hear it, so I don't have to look at it, right? I can look at where they could come from, which is this pill box, right? We have no information inside the barricade. Get a little pre-fire, maybe get a quick kill. And I can't really get a goo mine there, but this is one I definitely want. For if he does just decide to hop in this window, that'll slow him down. I can actually react to the info. There's that green stairs, top green stairs goo mine. Call that out to my team. Hold this angle. We peek it. There's another goo mine on the green window. We have to get aggressive on this before the top green. Wasn't expecting the swing. We had to get aggressive before they take the site, just because if they get site control, our rest of our team could die. I was hoping that he was actually going to work his way in instead of swinging that hallway since he waited so long to peek it, but that's all good. 190 still. Planning B. Off plant. Just call out so he's still in B site. I can call your A site. Let him know what I can call and where he is. That's just the general call. He knows he's stuck in this room. If he pushes this hallway, he'll kill him. And if he goes to the other side, I'll call it. Now he doesn't have to freak out. He can force the plant and he can win the round. Nice. Good job. So, kind of a sketchy round. Very fast pace. The Legion ended up working out perfectly because of their pacing. They didn't clear the goo mines ahead of time, so we could react and play off them. I could have played it more passively, though. I could have used the cover of red stairs to take the fight on the Ash instead of pushing up as soon. Could have waited from the plant to start retaking. That way, when they're planting, we're pushing and covering that area, right? So they're a player down when they're planting, which allows us to kind of push up and contest the people that are standing.
Yo, Poxonlox, why don't you shoot me, bro?
I'm just recording a video right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I did a big stream the other 2 days.
Yeah, I just played versus Garfield.
Yeah.
Weird on Doc. Cafe.
Oh, yeah. I remember that game. Anyway, we banned the RAM because we're going to be on the
recording a video
on the basement site. No, it's all good. It's all good. They banned the RAM, so they're not going to be able to work Bird as well.
What's your name on whatever the fuck?
I'm going to have to mute these guys just for a quick second so I can actually get my sentence out. I'm going to pick Capcan. A lot of bases to be covered. L is also a great pick on this site. I got a mosquito that I got to clap. There's so much going on right now, but it's okay. Capcan's going to be great on this site. Capcan, honestly, just such a good defender this season, especially on like the modernized maps with those pipes, getting a lot of kills. I actually just released a video on Capcan yesterday. If you're interested on not only how to play Capcan the best way, but how he interacts with those new destructible ingredients and the benefits of them and how you can use them to your advantage. You can go watch that video after this. We're just going to put barbed wire on main so they can't just walk down for free. Some barbed wire on yellow would also be good. But we should theoretically have a Malusi on it, so we should be okay.
10 seconds.
And then I have 3 more traps, so I could put the traps here. This could be a really free kill if they just walk through here without droning. That's gonna be it. That's gonna be freebie. We're gonna do 3. That way it insta kills any armor rating, which again learned about yesterday. And then I'll unmute my teammates so I can actually listen to them. And I want to get back to site and check the cams real quick too. What's up? Sorry, I had to mute you guys for a second.
You want to know your Twitch?
Damn, what the
I'm gonna hold this angle. It's a little bit of an off angle since I'm up on the stairs. And again, I have that barbed wire behind me, so I can react to the barbed wire if they just rush in. So I don't really have to hold anything else right now. They could come scuba side, which my teammates are over there. Kinda, not really. It's good information to have. I'm gonna keep holding this. If he over peaks, might get a freebie. Hold it nice and tight. He's gonna have to hit a nice shot to win this fight. And if I see a drone and I get droned down, I know I'm here, I'm gonna move.
I have a glue on there, Pox, so there's nothing.
Okay. Their locker's window. Drone in sight. I'm gonna try to get rid of this drone. Did see the traps, but they still might hit them late since they're focused on so many other things. Quick pre-fire and also checking to see if the barricade's open. Now that I know it's open, I actually react to the sound of them popping in.
Yeah, I think secretly everybody's
tell
cheating in this game.
While I'm yapping. Another quick pre-fire. We do have a Malusi on it too, so I don't really need to worry about it. I can actually check cams right now just to see what's going on. My teammates holding lockers. They are taking above that window. And the hop in, and there's the frost map. Very nice. There's a guy yellow. We hear the barbed wire. That's the information game. Now I can work into a new position here. There's just ratting. So they think Scuba's probably clear still, but when he hops in, I'm going to pop out up above this as cover. So again, listening for the vault sound, playing off the Malusi. He's going to be slowed, gives me a big advantage. Just going to play off what we can.
He's half HP.
I was talking. I didn't have my movement key, but I was luckily able to still get the kills. So now we want to reposition. Is the hatch open?
Blast on the hatch.
Check if the hatch is open just in case. It is shut still and it's ash, so we can't open it. Don't want to expose myself to that vertical hole, but I can hold this main. Yellow stairs. Swing off the barbed wire here.
Low.
I'm not even going to peek it. I'm going to play my Capcans. I'm backing up. So I can just hide in this corner, right? I can actually reinforce this wall.
He's running back upstairs.
That way he has to push in through the bomb site and more likely hit those Capcans. The only door I really need to watch is this one. Because if he comes in the other door, he's going to hit the Capcan. If he comes through kayaks, I'm going to hear him. He has to push through the site, and then I can play that positionally. So another pretty solid round. Very fast-paced by the enemy team. We're really capitalizing on the fact that they're so sloppy. They're not clearing the Malusis. They're not getting rid of the Legion mines, right? Which means we can keep playing this trap info because they're just moving too quickly to actually deal with it, which is really just a flaw that we're taking advantage of. I mean, a lot of this game is just taking advantage of the other team's weaknesses, recognizing what they are, and then just using them so that you could win, right? While simultaneously not trying to do the same thing. So limiting your mistakes while capitalizing on the other team's mistake is what's going to make you win in this game. It's what's going to help rank you up. So we can, again, we could keep running that Capcan. Why? Because they didn't even get to the point where they're running into them. And if they do decide to clear the other traps ahead of time, then they might start hitting them. So we could play Capcan, or we could play that Malusi because it was really effective as well. Plus, it can cover a lot more area too. Or we could just do something completely different, but I'm going to like to play the Malusi. I'm going to still play in the site. I'm going to make them do something differently, and if they don't, they will lose. And if they do, maybe they will win. But the chances are that they're not going to do anything different. They're going to play the game that they've been playing for 10, 5, 4, 1 year, however long they've actually been playing this game. So we'll slow them down up top by reinforcing this wall. Take time off of their clear again. And then if they decide, you know what, we're just going to rush. We're just going to hit the site because, like, the top clear didn't work, yada, yada, yada. Then in that case, they're going to run in all the Malusis. I'm going to be there on site, and I'm going to kill them. So we're covering all the bases, having all the information that we need. And then we're just sitting there and simplifying the game. We're just keeping it very, very simple. Now, I am going to put one here just for information for top red. So I know if they're coming down red, but it will also help if they are pushing that top floor on my team. From there, we'll do one like museum for this kitchen door, nicely tucked around the corner so they might not see it. They might walk into it. They might get killed because of it. So footholes here are going to allow us to watch this green door walk in very effectively, wall-buying them through it. And then we can make a rotate here so we can get into sight if we want. I mean, I'm going to do a small one on the right so I can still hide in this corner if they are in the bomb site. And here we go. We can cover red stairs and museum with this one. So this will cover the other entrance in the site. And finally, we have this like sky bridge slash hatch drop, which I'm going to put them Lucy for both. So if they drop this hatch, actually it doesn't really cover it. So something to take note of as well. I'm head glitching that staircase. Now again, they can't be in kitchen yet. Why? Because we have the Malusi, right? It can be museum though. Well, this passive angle, I'm not exposing myself to red. If he peeks his buckle, I will probably kill him. I have a lot of cover. He doesn't know I'm going to be on this angle. He could hit a nice shot and kill me. That's always part of the, you know, chance scenario, the risk assessment. I'm just keep holding. Wait for the info from my Malusis. Play off the audio. Did anybody kill Buck? He was museum.
No, he's upstairs, 90 window.
So the Buck is gone now.
There's one.
But we can just still keep chilling. There's no reason for me to get aggressive. We can play it smart. We can play it passive. I might not hear that far Malusi, so I might want to watch that instead. I can't really, but I'm going to watch green because this is the info we don't have. My teammate's playing over here. He'll probably hear it. And it sounds like they're both upstairs. Do you need help upstairs?
Kind of.
I'm just going to move into this other position.
He's just
you can drop. Do you want to drop the hatch? I can open it for you. Or you can just hold it.
I don't know, just let me hold it.
Alright. Just let him do what he wants. I can always open the hatch for him if he needs. Just let me know. I can open the hatch if you need. And do a different spot.
He has the walls open.
No, I'm going to help. I'm going to work my way
They're both up here. Like,
I think one just dropped. Yeah, one's museum.
Yes,
in kitchen. He's walking in sight. Lost my gunfight there. I should have stayed where I was. I shouldn't have went up to help because that was a situation where he could get site control if I die or leave the site, and we don't want to give him that for free. So I should have stayed on site. That was kind of, one's in sight already. One's in sight, and the other one's museum. So that's really, I just made the losing play by doing that, which if noticed a little sooner, right? If I noticed that mistake a little sooner, we could still win this round. I mean, we can still win this round, but the retake is a lot harder because he's pushing into all these angles where Buck has all these points of cover on him. Dan is looking at a good spot, though. Like, he can hear him. The audio is so nice that he's able to hear where he's at and actually take the fight appropriately. I can call if he goes back museum. He's still kitchen, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, sure.
He's after the door. He's after the door.
You gotta push him. You gotta push him. You gotta push. He's got to push up and take the fight. He knows he's tucked in that corner, so defusing the bomb is just a little silly in that situation. He had the time to push up and get him. He knew he was stuck in the corner. He couldn't go anywhere. Unfortunately, he's 1 HP. That's the way it goes. I mean, you can blame my teammate for not winning that when he probably should have. Or you can take responsibility yourself, learn from your own mistakes, and do it better next time so that you can win it next time. And that's really all it is in this game, is learning from your mistakes. Again, should have stayed on site and continued holding what I was holding, waiting for him to push into me rather than having to swing into the open where he is already looking into his crosshair and having a much worse disadvantage. Like I putting myself in a disadvantage in that scenario, basically. But the less disadvantage you can put yourself in, right, the better you will be and the more you will win. So, of course, mistake, right? Mistake that they capitalized on, like we were saying earlier. That he took advantage of our mistakes, my mistakes, really. And then he got the site, and then they won the round, because that's pretty much how it goes. So, now we are thinking attack. Where are we going to attack? I'm probably not going to pick Ash. I was just like, I'm yapping and not thinking about what I'm doing. Where really, realistically, I should be planning out what I'm doing this entire time. So, while I'm yapping, you're planning, okay? That's what I want to see. So, what do I want to do here? They're going to be top floor. I want to get green control. Green control is usually the freest and easiest way to win this site. If you can hop in the windows, you can use Ying, you can use grenades, sense, you can force yourself in through these windows somehow while opening main breach or even opening the green walls with like an ace or something. Ace is banned, So how do I want to get into these windows? Could bring a blitz, could even just bring a Dokkaebi and kind of lurk around, but it's going to be hard because eventually you have to feed up the staircases, which sucks. That's the thing that sucks about this map is you have to really work your way in. Grim is going to be an excellent operator to do that with for forcing plays, gathering info for the team, really just being an overall star pick. That's just the Grim way, right? So I'm going to try to work this dock top green. You see he has very limited utility there. There might be frost mats on the window. We want to make sure we check for that, for goo mines, all the things that could stop this push. We have the Twitch, so we might be able to get some help from him if needed. And then you can also upside down on this window to get rid of frost mats if you want to wear. But basically what we want to do is B top red, B top green, and then push in off of that information. Not before trying to bait for a few kills, which might be a little risky, a little pre-fire. Teammates are going down early. It's unfortunate. I'm going to check for the frost mat just by opening this window upside down. No frost mat there. We don't want to open all the way because we don't want to get hopped out on yet, since we're trying to drone first. So we have this dock top green. I might be able to hop in through the red window, honestly, but then you have to worry about these long angles as well. So what I'm going to do, first I'm going to switch my bees to bounce. Sounds like it's close green.
I'll get it.
There's 2 green now because that's not... Oh, it might be dock actually with the P90. I fell off the roof. Somebody get me.
You're a crease. Can you watch my drone?
Yeah.
Not much to say there, guys. Not much to say. I'm going to go back up and still clap this dock, okay? That's the game plan. That's the game plan. We're going to B top red. Because the bees last so long, we can really work the other areas while these bees go off. Careful with the peak while this happens. Let's bounce those bees off of there. One stop green. I'm going to go prone so I don't get seen from the long angle, right? We got close in this hallway, it seems. Means he's stuck.
Downstairs.
One's trapped on 90.
The diffuser is no longer in your possession. I'm trying.
Hop in, hop in. So now we have top green control because of the Blackbeard.
One
No,
friendly.
you don't have. Yeah.
I'm going to have to hop in and take the fight, really. Or push up a staircase on him. I'm going to try to bait him over, and then hop in. He's still there, just close on the bees.
Eliminated all friendlies.
Not much we can do, again, on Canal. Getting into the map is the hardest part. Into the map on the floor you want to, at least, right? We can get into the map by walking up red stairs and getting into the middle floor. But then to get to the next floor, we have to walk up a staircase with a massive disadvantage where they're just going to shoot us, right? We have to peek like 5 different spots they can peek from while they only have to peek the stairs, right? And they can pre-fire, they can hear us. It's very, very disadvantageous trying to go up those staircases unless you're like sprinting up with a shotgun and hoping they don't peek at the right time, which again is risky. So using your utility get in, like a Ying there might have been better because I can smoke off the hallway, Ying the dock, and then just hop in when he's fully blind. Obviously, falling off the roof doesn't help. We can make that play sooner before our team is dead, which takes more pressure off. A lot of things that could have gone a lot better there. But, you know, it's a hard map to attack, and you're just really looking for the least amount of risk possible, which in this case was try to get in through a window. You know, we didn't even get the breach open, which also adds a lot of pressure, which takes more resources off of that area. But it's okay. You know why? Because we are attacking the basement now, which means a whole new round. We don't even have to think about our mistakes. We don't even got to worry. There's still time for success. And we have the Ram, which means my team is probably taking top. They're not running Clash, so I don't think I need the Nomad. But I could bring some sort of information to help my team, like a Dokkaebi. Dokkaebi's always going to be great. I love this new ban system because she's actually seen some play in the past 3 days of CJX, which is really nice to see. But their basement, we want to kind of take top. We kind of, I mean, you can always try to go direct like they did through the Kayak's window, which is it's a really good take if you actually get rid of that utility ahead of time because you can get a lot of chances for gunfights. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to take printer window. So I'm going to try to drone in upstairs, and I might take Kayaks late. They have a Valk. So I might use this drone later. My first drone will be for the scuba stairs, use my calls for more info, and try to work down yellow. That way, not only am I gaining map control, I'm also stopping one of the potential flank routes on my teammates who are working above. So just by holding yellow stairs and staying alive, I'm eliminating a possible flank route and giving my team more of a chance at winning. One's top red. Or top main, whatever this fucking door is. I only know half the callouts on this map, it turns out. I'm going to drone this real quick. Hoping my teammate watches that. We have a lion too. Your printer is good. Careful your stairs. I'm just droning across real quick. I'll leave this drone for a little flank for if I do die. My team's already in, so I can kind of push with them. I'm going to hold this flank real quick. I'm gonna give a call right now. Let my team know I'm calling so they can play off of it. Okay, this guy's holding yellow, which means I can hold the other areas. One's main. Just gonna keep holding this tiny little angle. He could shit on me right here, which would be impressive. He's pretty damaged now too, which is nice.
One's on the A bomb.
The other one's main. The other main. I'm holding main. You holding yellow line still?
Yeah, I'm gonna lock this right now.
Alright, nice.
Cover the diffuser.
I'm gonna call. I'm gonna call again.
Op 4 last stop standing.
Calling. So get this last call out on the smoke. Let's fight this guy. Let's just kill for kill.
Oh my god, he just camping on main right here. He's low as fuck.
Flashbang, secure the kill. I'm just guaranteeing the kill by flashbanging him in there. Stuck in the
Yo, I
corner.
flashed you, man.
Good pinch from the team. And that guy's completely screwed, right? Telling everyone to slow down, you know.
That's right, I knew
We can
no
all
one
push them
was
together. By saying we can go for the kill, my team isn't focused
You
on
guys are
multiple things, right? We're
so
unified.
lost.
The more unified you are as a team, the better your team is going to be. So by saying we can push for the kill here, my team knows that, you know, we're all doing this one thing. We're all going to collapse on this guy. We're all going to push him. If there's 4 versus 1 and you're actually using those numbers to your favor, like this guy is going to have to hit the nastiest clip of his life to win the round. Or you say, yo, I am holding this guy. He is stuck in this area. You guys can go plant. If he's stuck somewhere and he can't stop us from planting, I just hold that crossfire and I say, yo, you guys all go plant. The 3 of them focus on that. We get the bomb down. We win the round because he is completely stuck. And then time is in our favor. Yada, yada, yada. So just having a common goal amongst your team in that sense of like what you're actually doing on the same page, whether you're all rushing or you're all playing slow, you're going to have much, much more success just by syncing up on that level. So if you can establish that with your randoms or with your 5 stack, whoever you're playing with, it's going to help. Now, with that being said, if you are solo queue, don't expect them to listen. You can't expect them to listen, but you can try and get them to. So try your best, and if they don't freak out because that's going to make you play worse and then everything will go poorly. That's really all it comes down to when you solo queue, is like keeping yourself sane while trying to give yourself the advantage in any way possible, whether it's in the game or with your teammates' communication. Now, we took for it last time. We might be able to take kayaks this time. So because we did 1 take last time, we might be able to do something else this time. We could use the Nomad aggressively to get into kayaks. I love playing Nomad aggressively. A lot of people miss the opportunity here. Actually, I'm going to go Zofia. I like what that Zofia's thought process was with kayaks. He just didn't do it very well, right? Because he didn't clear the Malusi. So if there's no Malusi, we can get kayaks control. We didn't ban the mute, so obviously the Dokkaebi calls aren't going to be as effective anyway. And that's kind of always why I kind of try to switch up my operators, because then, you know, they can't really predict what you're going to do. So I'm going to just check for defaults, take my time out of spawn. You know, people like to hop out this window, so I might just claymore it real quick. There's no mute on this drone hole, as you can see, but I'm standing next to it, so I can drone it real quick. And there is just a go-yo, but that's not stopping me from hopping in. So what I can do is I can quickly impact this and then stun the hallway. As long as there's nothing yellow, this is going to be a free take on Scuba. Check it out. I'm in Scuba. Play more the ladder if they try to climb up there. And now I have the cover of the half wall, right? So I can drone again. They did shoot my drone. One's the upper yellow, I believe. The only thing that's kind of sketch about this is that go-yo behind me, which might force me to drop.
The dock was roaming up.
If somebody can take top Scuba stairs, I can push site. But again, just trying to relay information. I can't sit on my other drone for too long because it could push me.
Goyo's Scuba stairs. Scuba stairs.
That's C4.
Track the dock.
I did get tag teamed, which, you know, will happen. And that's something that's tough to beat. If I'm getting C4'd and they're shooting the go-yo or I'm getting pinched, that's when it makes it hard. That's why I try to relate to my teammates. I'm in Scuba, right? If this Hibana helps me there, could have been a different situation. He kills the guy that's trying to C4 me, and then I don't have to run from the go-yo and peek up into his bullets, right? I'm basically completely screwed in that situation. But the more teamwork would have been better. It's okay. I mean, there's nothing really we can do about that besides just, like, try to move faster next time so that doesn't happen. But now we know. Like, now we know they are going to work together effectively, and we can play around that. So, again, we're just taking more knowledge as this game progresses. And right now, I mean, my teammates are doing great. Obviously, I'm only 2 and 4, but really, it's not about the scoreboard. Like, if you develop this play style of like doing what you can and trying your best, like not only will you win, but you will have a good KD. Like, I have a 1.4 KD overall. Yes, I was 5 stacking before, but the mentality remains the same. It's like, if you do this and play like this off your team, you will have more success in the long run. Obviously, this is a small sample size, just 1 game, but you've seen the other things like in champs. You've seen the success that we've had in those games, and yeah, just running in, shooting everyone doesn't work all the time unless you're literally the nastiest player alive and you're playing literal shitters all the time. So we're going into overtime. That is a-okay. My teammates almost won that, but now we know kind of what they're gonna do. It seemed like our team play is better, so maybe we can stick to like those clears. And try to capitalize on their aggression, because they are trying to spawn peek. They are playing fairly aggressive. You see them try to retake scuba super quick. So if we can kind of lock in on this synchronicity of the team, we should be okay. I think getting a main wall here would be really effective. Trying to get main wall first and then maybe rotating green. That's where Maverick's going to be super effective. Why? Because I can solo open the wall, at least add pressure by opening the lines of sight, and then I can use the flashbangs to take green later on if I want to do that take still. What would really help is someone coming up green stairs as I'm doing it. So if he tries to run from the flash and go down green, my teammate's shooting him and then taking that space. So that's just a little 2-person play that can be really, really good. Like, if you have a duo that you play with, that's something you could do as well. Having this options and these different kind of plays in your head of what you could do is going to help for when you see what they're bringing, what they're doing. You already know which play is going to be the best for each circumstance. So really developing your mental playbook or these like different options that you have is something I would recommend. Now, it's just a mute. I don't know if they don't have a bandit or arcade. I could bring thermite instead, which would be really good. Yeah, they have a Valk, so I can actually bring Thermite, and I could get a big breach hole, but I still have the flashes do the same thing, because Mute can't stop me from Thermiting this wall, and I'll show you what I mean by that when I get up to the breach, because you can just repel on it and avoid the Mute Jammer, which is really nice. The hardest part about this is I can get run out on while I do this, so I need people to cover me, or I need to be extremely safe and know it's safe to do it before I actually do. So I'm going to try to get this main wall and then rotate off, because we've established the pressure of the breach, and we can always come back to it later if needed. And we're also going to open it really, really quickly, as long as we stay alive, because they have nothing to stop me from doing it. So we're going to do it carefully since we have the time. Careful for runouts. You can always rappel right to the roof here as well. I could even open these windows first, but I really just don't want to die. I'm trying to play as safe as possible right now. Where's the default? Make sure that's gone. Careful reception door. Yo, I can get the wall if someone covers my run out. You can just call a lion real quick. That's gonna be even.
No matter run out.
So there's that lion scan. I got thermite above the mute jammer. All is open. My teammate is coming up red. Yo, 1 sec, Ash. 1 sec. I'm going into the green.
I hear vigil downstairs.
If I can actually drone the breach for my teammates, that's a C4. That's tough. Trying to say a lot. Oh my god.
You know, there's one downstairs.
Can anybody drone?
Jake's red, top red, top red.
We have time. We can drone. I'm gonna get to the roof. Open up that window. Just chill, Zo. Alright, 1 sec. I'm gonna drone up. I'm gonna drone up.
Standing there, bro. He's just standing on red.
Yeah, we could hop in green window. Can somebody hold this cam and server? There's one in server right now. 1 top green and 1 server. We can hop in breach. We can go breach. Let's go breach. Let's go breach.
Still there, still there.
Server and breach.
He knows.
We want to push in off this space. He's up on the desk. He just dropped. My teammate did not push with me, so if my teammate pushes with me, he gets the kill.
Nice.
Luckily, you're too aggressive. Now he has the space. This is what you want. You can plant the bomb. I actually didn't even see that. Careful. They may try to go for a default C4. You should try to push the server, I think. Saying what he could do. Baiting for the plant. That's smart. He hears him server. This is where he pushes, right? If he's in a bad spot now, that Valk, he can push this rotate really effectively with the flashbangs. Really, really hoping he would push with me, especially in that circumstance. Obviously, in the 4v2, if your whole team slows down, you're gonna win it, right? If we have the time, we have the utility to get the info, but then they just ran in one at a time, right? So, I mean, right there, I don't really know what to say. I mean, you can push with your team and tell everyone to push and just try to do it that way if you know your teammates aren't gonna wait. He luckily won. Luckily, he won the 1v2. So, teammate, good,
Ice cold!
good job. Good job. Very nice. Very nice. It's more so like we could have made it a lot smoother, right? That's a round where we probably would have lost, and maybe that's just because I've been 5 stacking for the past 26 hours straight. You know, maybe that's why I'm kind of more in this team atmosphere. So maybe I need to think about how I want to play as a solo player a little bit more instead of relying on my teammates. Because honestly, at the end of the day, if you are playing with random people or you're playing with a 5 stack that just isn't that good, relying on your teammate might be worse than playing for yourself. So my teammates want to go basement. Sure, we go basement. We could play mute. We could play Capcan. The mute would be good just for stopping all their info. But again, they're so fast. They're so aggressive. We play the traps. We'll probably have the most success. I really want to pick the Capcan just for the site because I feel like they'll probably end up pushing into the site. Like they might get more control this time. They might get past those Malusis and actually get into the bomb site. I'm going to keep all my traps on the site this time. I'm going to do one on this side though, because as they're pushing through Scuba, they'll probably be able to see these. Whereas these ones they might not see. I'm going to barricade it up too and just rip it down real quick so the barricade covers it a little more. Something I forgot to mention in that Capcan video. So you can see it's a little harder to see just because of those. And these ones on this site are also going to be extremely, extremely good.
Device primed. Keep an eye on door.
Someone get the hatch.
Now they have the drone. They know I have the traps, obviously. That is fine. We have the Goyo. We have the Malusi. So I'm going to actually back this barbed wire up.
10 seconds.
Now, do we have barbed wire on Scuba? That's honestly probably more important than that French door barbed wire.
5 seconds.
I don't think anyone else on our team can have barbed wire. Yeah, so I'm going to put this one for yellow instead.
Bomb located by
So the yellow barbed wire is going to be very, very useful. I'm going to put my last trap here if they just sprint through. And we have the Goyo trench door, so I'm not really worried about a rush right now because we have the Goyos down and we have the Malusis. So we have a lot of really good utility. Like this lineup is very, very good for a site like this, right? They hop in the windows, they hit the frost mats. They get into sight, they hit the Capcans. You know, or we can put the Capcans above. They take above, they hit the Capcans. Whatever. They try to rush trench, they hit the Malusi and the Goyo fire, so they're getting comboed on. Then if they try to blow it up, we have the ADSs as well. So there's a lot of really, really good things about this lineup. So honestly, like any of these operators would be good recommendations for this bomb site, if you were interested. Now they are finally breaching above, so this might be kind of like the tough part about this whole is if they open up everything on the site, where are we going to play, right? We can play bottom main. Careful of the scoot trench.
Swapping mags.
And that's honestly, that's fine for now. We can play this hallway. We have the shield. We do got to worry about that bird. And we don't have any watching Scuba, so I want to make sure I'm watching that.
I got a hatch.
Demos
No
my ping right
bird
here.
on it. See how heavily they're working this vertical control? Sounds like they might be breaching above. Just want to be careful. Getting Demos checked. I'm gonna hide in the hallway so I can't get floor banged.
Fox number.
I got at their top right.
Demos above.
Reload.
He's avoiding where he's at.
He's on main.
We ran out of ammo, so we'll do that. There's that yellow bar. All that Goyo to waste time there. This pressure's really coming in right now, so we're trying to just stay alive and take the pressure off the areas where we can, as we can, right? We hear this guy above still. One got revived. Nobody's outside the Scuba, but they have that drone. I'm getting Demo shocked again. You hold main. Demos above.
I'm holding main too.
Op 4 last
Last
op
one's
standing.
Demos above. So again,
Scuba side. He's on yellow stairs.
it's holding this angle. This is a nice tight angle. It's gonna be hard for him to land this shot.
I got bomb.
He might rotate. 2 bullets, gonna have to reload. Walk down. Bad timing on the reload, but
Nice.
even if I didn't, I probably wouldn't have killed him with 2.
Good
So
game, bro.
yeah, good shit, guys. Nice carry. Obviously, my teammates did really well.
Play with ice cold, bro.
You can learn a lot from that. I think even going 3 and 5 there, like I think there's a lot we can learn on how to play and why to do it. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you think of Siege X, and stay tuned for a tier list very, very soon. Peace out, gamers.